Okay. Happy Monday. Pioneer Villagers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like, share, and subscribe. Welcome to the Monday Night Family Show. Welcome, one, welcome all. I want to make sure that we are on YouTube and we are on Facebook and all that good jazz. We will first wait to see if the people come on. Michael Peebler is the first one to climb in to tonight's show. Howdy ho, Michael Peebler. Tracy Lyons Norway says, or Tracy Norway Lion says, howdy y'all, how are you? Mike Parrish says, hello. Hello, Mike. And let's not forget Mike Green, the lucky man of the day. Mike Green, Mike Green, Mike Green. Your Pioneer first prize winner. But we'll get to that a little bit into the show. Good evening to Frank Eichhorn and Willie B. Congratulations to the Green family. Hey, congratulations. Again, guys, this show works best when you participate. We're not going to start doing this shit now, I hope. We probably are.
Take a look at Murph.
I know.
He's got a feather on his nose.
Got a feather on his nose. Oh, he's a champion.
Murph.
Murph, what are you doing? Oh, yeah. See? He's a whistler, eh? Good evening. All right. Tim Spark is new. Good evening, Tim. I'm glad I could make it. Thanks for sharing your knowledge of pigeons. Well, we try to. Guardian Angel says present. Congratulations, Mike Green. And Stan Berdinsky. Hey, there's another congratulations to Stan. Stan the man. You're the average winning machine. Good evening to Rosedale Lofts. Mike Green, congratulations, says Rosedale. Hey, and congratulations, Rosedale. Your bird came today. Frank, your bird came today. Who else on here? Tracy. Indiana Jones came. Hello, hello. Hey, from the Philippines, Hoffaloffler Farms. Hello and congratulations. How's it going, Hoffaloffler? And Mike Green says thank you. Again, we're going to get into showing the winning average speed and winning birds on tonight's show. For those of you who didn't have a chance to see them as they were clocked here today, you will see them this evening. That was a hell of a good race.
Oh, God. Yeah, it was quite an event.
It was.
I thought at one point we may not see any birds. I thought at that point.
Yep.
But because we've heard of losses in combines and other one-off races. And it was, but today, excuse me, they came on, plugging on. And it seemed that the first, I don't know how many, 5 or 6 birds, they were actually flying a race. They had a problem. There was some problem yesterday in that race. And those birds, when they shut down in the evening, wherever it was, how many, 5 or 6 that came a couple of 3 minutes apart?
We had,
how many was it?
In 20 minutes, we had 5 pigeons come.
Right.
So 4 pigeons come within 10 minutes. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And Mike Green only wins it by, I think, less than a minute.
Yeah.
They were coming that good. You had the 5th bird, right? And then all of a sudden, it just completely
shut down.
Shut down for about 2 hours.
So what I'm saying is, the birds, they shut down those first 5 or 6 birds, or the whole group. They shut down yesterday, somewhere along that line. But this morning, when they got up, those 5 or 6, I think it was 5. I had 1.
You're including your 1.
Yeah. They got up and they started to race again. Yeah. It was like, I think they shut down between North Bay and Berks Falls. That's the way it seemed.
Yeah.
In the time. If they got up at 7,
They were right at that time to be at about 130 miles away.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about this was, I know lots of people were saying that B&G, Nutmeg 2, that pigeon, or M&R with Blaze, or Stan with Patty Lane, first, second, and third average speed Superbirds. They were super on race 1, they were super on race 2, and they were super on race 3. But on good old race number 4, they went to the well one too many times. Not one of those birds is back yet.
No.
And that means we're not saying that they didn't race. They raced, but they didn't go the right way. They had the day. The fourth time they put weight on their back. The most heaviest time, they all broke.
Yeah, and excuse me. The amazing thing about Stan was he actually activated a bird that someone else said basically eliminate. And Stan, he went, activated the damn bird, and the bird right now is top average speed.
I can tell you about that pigeon.
Right.
And it's the average speed winner. It's Blue Ribbon, bred by Michael Jex. The pigeon itself in the training,
okay,
it was number 1. It was a very good pigeon. And anybody can go look at our training results. Go look at the 50 milers. Forget the 20s and the 10s. Look at the 50s and the 80s and the 100-mile activation. I believe on the 100-mile activation, the bird was like 2nd or 3rd. And contacting the breeders, it's sad to say, but I said to Blue Ribbon, Michael Jex, hey, time to activate this pigeon. And he said to me, I can remember it because you know what it's like when something stings you? You know when a bee stings you? Or someone punches you, you get that sting, that crack, right? He said to me, I've got 10 birds in one race, I've got 10 birds in another, and I said 10 to you. And he says, in both the other races, I got 10 birds in each left. You did a crap job. Oh. And I said, what are you talking about? You haven't had to pay nothing. And I said, you got this one bullet. And it's, guess what? She's shooting pretty damn straight. And you know what he said? I got the messages. Don't call me or message me ever again.
Wow.
And he goes, I'm not interested in your auction birds, right? I laugh at that. Okay, hey, no problem. You're having a bad day, right? I forgot. Every pigeon that the man breeds is superior. And as you see here, he bet against his pigeon, against the system, and against, I will say, combined years of what? We almost got 60, 70 years combined in pigeon racing. I got 40 years, and you got what?
60, you start to forget.
Yeah, a lot of years.
62 years, 63 years.
You're at, 80 years of pigeon knowledge.
You start to go backwards, right?
Yeah, count backwards.
It's too bad I called the other 2 guys out.
We're not going on about them. I'm not talking about them.
I didn't even know about
this
guy.
You know why they didn't bet on their birds either? Because they're a lot like that guy, and we're not getting into it. But I wanted to say that pigeon never deserved to not get activated by the owner. It was a pigeon that
it worked.
I mean, if you ask, look at Rosedale says it right here. Kicked the shit out of Cachet almost every race. It's just one of those things. And you know what is nice to see is I hope, because in everything there's learning. We all learn. And I'm sure he's watching, Michael Jex. Congratulations, you bred a great money winner for Stan Bradinsky.
But this is
now Stan owns the pigeon. And you know what? Stan, don't bother him for a pedigree. Don't bother him.
No.
If it was me, don't buy another bird off him. Don't do it. Enjoy that pigeon. Give that pigeon some breeding, and let's see what you do with it. Don't bother him. Don't call him. Don't do nothing. Do you want to know why? Because when it was time for him to stand up with his pigeon, he didn't do it. And you know what now he'll say? He'll sing a different tune out of the left side of his mouth and sing another tune out of the right. So,
say this is
pigeon
true.
racing. Pigeon racing.
Pigeon racing. True.
And
if you don't know what I mean,
you
don't know anything about pigeon racing. You've been led blind.
Well, what I think is I'm watching one Loft races, and I hate to use. I have to get some soup for a second. We still got cheeseburger soup. It was so good. We always make a double batch. But let me load this up here. I look at today. Have you guys seen what's going on in the one Loft racing all weekend long? It's incredible to see some of these results from these prestigious races. Seems like the bigger the money, it's even more dangerous.
Well, I have to say the thicker the wool. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? The thicker the wool gets pulled over the sheep's eyes.
Well,
okay. You understand what I'm saying? The thicker the wool.
I'm looking at races. I've had people say to me in black and white, Ryan, you took today 611 birds to 325 miles. No, you're not paying attention. We took 60 pigeons. We started with 611 pigeons. We've dwindled it down now to the final race of 60 pigeons. Well, that's a piss poor performance. That's pretty shitty. Is it? I'm taking a look at the race. Where's your phone?
We got it here somewhere.
We need a phone here so I can get into this. We take a look today at the Hoosier. God damn it, they're paying out millions and billions of dollars. Millions and billions and billions and millions. 160 miles, they're down 1,000 pigeons today. Started with 4,600. But every time they lose pigeons, they adjust the clock. Every time they lose pigeons, they adjust the clock. I'm not here to knock it. It's good business moves. But do you know today, the pigeon that was first at the Hoosier, it didn't beat 2,200 pigeons today. That's what it says. It beat 4,600 pigeons. Mike Green today, Mike Green in our race, he beat 611 pigeons. Last week, Mike Green beat 611 pigeons. Yes, those birds weren't let up with Mike Green, but they all got into the boat and they all started rowing down the river together.
Yeah. You're right.
You know, if people would just take their time and do the stats of one Loft racing, and I'm going to get this person on, Tracy. She's doing the stats. She's doing the stats. You're going to see, if you listen, this is a numbers person. The stats, you can ask her how many races she would enter. We'll wait for her stats to show up when it's all said and done. Now, the stats can't be finished until she's done. But I'm watching train wrecks happening. Mm-hmm. And isn't it funny? The train wrecks happen after the activations. I watched the Apple Cup. Bam. 1,1500s. 100 miles. Like lightning. Like lightning. Takes them to the first race, 125 miles. The pigeons just do this. They wobble bad. All the training is sunshines and rainbows. And then all of a sudden, once the money comes in, they take all your money, they drop the birds, and it's gone. And it's quite sad to see it, that we get here on our show. I get people talking. Someone said to me, "Oh, Africa Pro, they're doing a great job. They're flying birds that are a year old." These pigeons here, how old are these pigeons? Some of these pigeons were brought here the first week of May. Oh no, first week of June. Two fat guys. First week of June, the birds were brought here. June, July, August, September. But 4 months old, we had the birds already do 325 miles.
Yeah.
So if you're going to compare me to Africa Pro, it's okay. No problem. Just compare it the same way. Get the pigeons in and make them fucking dance. They wait and they wait and they wait because they take pigeons in for a year. Let's go. Okay, let's read some of the comments. Schmucks come in all types of sizes. Yes. Mark Percival, performance worth more than pedigree. How many
100%.
cocks and how many hens? How many cocks and how many hens do you need to make a family of pigeons? Oh,
One good cock and 10 hens.
yeah.
Super cock and 10 super hens.
But you got to know then how
That's
to.
it.
You got to know how to breed them, and
Well, you got to know how to, switch the eggs.
you need to know how to
it.
do all that. And then you,
Proper
again, what kind of hens are you looking for? You're looking for hens that can go 8, 9, 10 hours. For instance, I handled the pigeons that came today.
Yeah.
If I was buying pigeons,
Uh-huh.
out of the first 5 pigeons,
Right.
I'm buying Mike Greens. What I'm handling them here now tonight, I'm buying Mike Greens and I'm buying Blue Ribbon out of those pigeons. All the rest, they're nice. Do you want to know what I feel already in those 2 pigeons? They're coming like this. They're coming right back up in body.
Yeah,
Super fast.
I like to argue a bit, right?
You can argue.
Okay. I appreciate the birds that came,
Mhm.
but they're second day birds.
Uh-huh.
They're not birds that flew 9, 10 hours on the wing,
Right?
in my impression. Okay. So, I don't like to say it, but I appreciate it, but I don't like it.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
they didn't finish on the
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
That's the only knocker to that group.
I like to see those pigeons flying 9 or 10 hours on the day and come. Somewhere along that line, they shut down.
Well,
And
but
I'm a bit of an argument guy.
But the only argument I'm going to give was
I appreciate they came.
the only argument I give was they broke down. You could see, or they stopped about 100 miles away. So something bad happened. They had a mega detour.
But what I'm saying is they didn't put 9, 10 hours on the wing.
No, they didn't.
They didn't. Okay, so I appreciate they came. So let's see if those pigeons, we can't do it here, if they're here in 3 more years.
Right.
When you take them home,
Right.
and you keep flying, that's where I see where the real pigeons come from.
Right.
Okay? Right. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
But in the other argument, and I'll get to ABC Loft's question. The other argument, the top 3 average speed pigeons that were racing
In the average.
first, second, and third. Today, they didn't get their ass back out of bed and go to work. They had no more supercharge left to do it. Hold on.
Yep. Okay. So now I look at a different angle. They put in speed average. That shows another proof.
Right.
In other words, okay, you didn't do 9 or 10 hours for me today, but you showed this one, and that one.
And
speed
the
average.
other thing, the 4th and 5th place average speed birds, they moved up today and did it. So what it showed was, like Mike Green, last week he was on the day. What was he on the day? 7 hours? Boom, he's first. Today,
okay, last
he's
week,
the second day, he got up and
7
did.
hours. Also, it was, I can't remember now. I mean,
It's okay. It's
rain? Or,
Yeah,
what was
they
it again?
had fog and
How many-
rain.
what was it, 50 miles of rain?
No, that was
last
the
week?
week prior. Okay, hold on one second. And do you just let them inbreed? Well, you can't just inbreed pigeons and not look for confirmation. And breeding all those pigeons, if you don't work the pigeons and you just breed them, you're going to get nothing out of them. You can't inbreed It's like, for instance, if you were to inbreed and have pigeons that had 3 legs, you couldn't race them, or 3 wings, you wouldn't race them, or 3 heads, you wouldn't race them. You got to breed for conformation type, but then they have to work. If the pigeons don't work, you have nothing except nice papered pigeons. Hold on. Rosedale, pedigree is important, doesn't guarantee anything. Mark Percival says, think thick wool is for fleecing sheep. Tracy says, a lot of them were down 50% before activations. Rosedale says, Susie Q, there was another good hen by the name. Mike Vanderyak says, the Pioneer has an indefinite, the top 3.9% of 24 out of 611. 3.93 out of, well, we were looking for 1%, and we got actually a few more.
I say any bird that has completed our program is 100% worth. You know,
Hold on.
I'm gonna say again, I'm on a 4-year program.
Well,
so
but
that shows
these one loft guys here in North America, pigeon flyers these days, they don't know what you mean by a 4-year program, because 99% of everyone breeds young birds, race young birds. The next year they race young. They don't care about old birds.
Oh, wait a minute.
So this is why.
So what are you breeding out of? If you don't mind,
they're breeding out of young pigeons every year. That's it. They don't look at flying old pigeons, and that's where you're going to sometimes find your breeders. You find them in flying them multiple years. But the more times down the road. But okay, can I just get to the comments?
It's, if you don't have old school, you have no school. Well, so what I'm saying is, how can excuse me, but those pigeons that flew today, if we have them here next year, I'm just saying, and we fly an old bird series, the 4 or 5 pigeons that completed, or 10 or 20,
you might have one left.
You put them in the first race, that bird there, the first bird
can be gone.
Bang, gone. Boom, done. Hawk hit him, or he gave up. He finished. He
we understand complete. That, but
that's what I'm saying. So why would you want to breed out of that?
What we're saying is, in the modern world of pigeon flying, modern. We didn't say it's better, did we? We didn't say it's better. We said it's modern, and people want fast results. Fast. That's it. They don't think about how to get there. Anyways, I am agreeing. I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree with you.
Right.
Okay. Nick Awful says, it's hard to know if the number 1 bird in a race like this would compare to a similar race that's fair weather. This is the question of what I'm saying. If you take every race, pretty much, Tracy will agree, I'm assuming, 90% of the races, 95% of the races on Wind Companion play for a tailwind, beautiful day. Because business-wise, it's easier for the pigeons. We're going to race every Sunday. 4 Sundays in a row. 4 Sundays in a row.
That's real.
Right? That's real. Now, on every race, the weather was clear sky, or was a sky that you could race in. We would race our own birds in. Was it one loft racing sky? No. No. You asked the Hoosier, you asked Chavez, you ask all those races to go up on those conditions, what we gave them. They won't do it.
Oh, I think...
and they won't do it because they don't want to gamble at all.
I think in a lot of cases, if you don't mind me saying...
I got to keep reading.
They're looking for... We're looking for the future. That means, looks like Wednesday, there's going to be a 15-mile-an-hour tailwind. and clear skies, we're going with it. That's it.
Well, they don't make a schedule and stick to it.
No, that's what I'm
They
saying.
pick for the fair weather
Yeah,
because they want the people to come back. Because guys,
That's right.
who wins a one loft race every single year? Who wins it? The guy running the race. He wins it every year because it's a pyramid.
Okay.
And at the end of the year, you bring all those birds back that flew 1,500, 1,500, 1,500, 1,800, 1,500.
They're shit, man.
They're all, guess what they all are?
They're shit.
They're glorified pigeons. Because number one, the guys don't go the distance. I know that. Number two, they make it so easy. If they did go the distance,
the way
quality goes down.
The way I say it is,
Anyways.
it may hurt, but they're good-looking blondes in the kitchen, but they can't cook.
Okay,
you understand
hold on.
what I'm saying?
We don't know what weather they hit after we release them. No. Well,
we do know.
I
do know.
We drove through.
Yeah.
We do know that.
We released in overcast, fairly damp. There wasn't any rain, any drizzle. Excuse me. They flew about 20 miles. The sky cleared.
Yeah, I'm not
Beautiful sky.
I'm not going back down it again.
Yeah.
Rosedale knows the course.
I know the course.
Yeah.
They
had overcast to start. They went into clear sky.
clear.
Bang. Then they hit overcast and drizzle, a little bit of drizzle.
Yeah,
10 or 15 miles. Then bang, open up clear sky.
Clear sky. That's
Hold on.
it.
No bullshit.
It's-
Actually, the bird should have came on the day. That's it. Next, moving on.
I would expect it. Yes.
Mike Vanderyak says, I would have agreed with LMR if today's winner had not also been last week's. Last week's winner and this week is the same pigeon. That's what makes that pigeon better than, I think, the blue ribbon pigeon. It managed to get up today and keep the lead. Back-to-back wins. Now,
Actually,
is it going to be a good breeder?
We don't know.
We don't know.
But
It's got, if we're judging on young pigeons, I would much
The
rather
potential.
breed out of this pigeon than the pigeon that came 5th average speed.
Now, whoever bred that pigeon,
Hold on.
if he's got siblings off this, okay, and he's flying in a club or combine, and he's flying those siblings, fly him every week, with respect to the birds. Respect meaning proper loft line, proper training,
Okay.
proper feeding. Now, those siblings can do that, young birds, and 3 years after, now you're going to breed out of good pigeons.
So ABC Loft says, if you have one cock with 5 hens in one section, is he going to mate with them all? No, he's not. You got to first teach the cock, pair up to each hen. There's no way the cock can go in and pair up with 5 hens because the hens are going to get queer. The hens are going to lay eggs. They aren't going to be fertile.
Now's the time to do it. So you make him.
You pair the cock up with each hen and let them go down right now on a round of eggs. You can throw the eggs out. Or
No,
you let them pair up for 3 or 4 days so you know that they're paired. Real good.
So he's got 5 girlfriends.
Yes.
He knows them all.
And he's paired up to them good.
And all the girlfriends know him.
Yes.
Right. So when you put those hens back to him,
They know him.
they know him. There's no fooling around. There's no picking on the head and all that. He says, Mabel, I love you. Betty, I love you. Brenda, I love you. All these girls, he all knows them. When you put them in, there's no squabbling.
But-
Hey, where you been for
but-
2
but-
months?
but
Oh
it-
yeah, no problem.
If you're gonna pair them, you can't put them all in one room because they'll pick only one or two
You
hens.
gotta do it separate.
And the cock, he's got to tread those hens for the time that they're together. That time you put them together, and you have to take the eggs and switch them. So it's not just easy as put them all in a section and say, hey, this cock's going to tread all these hens. Don't
In
work
boxes,
like that.
No, it doesn't work.
Heather Green says, hello. Hi, Heather. Congratulations. Rosedale says 3 years minimum. Yes. The more you work the birds down the road, the more tests you give them,
It's the
It's
proof.
better. It's the proof. That's why a
What
lot
do they
of
say?
these super birds you see in Belgium, they're flying 2, 3, 4 years, or at least 2 years or 3 years. You see it. Shane says most of these guys, I promise you, they breed straight from paper pedigrees. They don't even compete in club, so they know nothing about the birds. And of course, because you can buy pigeons, breed them, paperwork says it is good, but they don't test them at home. And what they do is they put them into a race. Now, if you put them into a race where the guy's doing this, and he's got to get all the birds to the activation, so he makes his money, he makes the pot good, and then he just does what he does, and he starts to do the work, you lose all your birds, you get down on it. You see it. This race here, unfortunately, we do it to find good pigeons. We do it to find the pigeons that want to do this season's worth of work.
If I can say something, the first bird that came today,
hello, Alfred,
okay, was in this race series here that we had, was not a one-time wonder. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
He wasn't that hen was not a one-time wonder. She did it this week. She did it last week. You have some records. And the other thing, she's molten bad. She's like, if she had a full set of feathers on her,
yeah,
she'd done even better.
Listen, if you compare it to the average speed winner, it's a better pigeon, Mike Green's. It's got no feathers. It has no business being there. It's got bigger heart and smarter brain. That's what I'm looking at.
The thing I'm telling you with that pigeon as well is actually, when I look at her, she's actually looks like a cock, and she feels like a cock in the hands. She's a little bit larger for a hen than what I like. So what I'm saying is, with bad feathering, molt, and her construction of her body, she is it's all way better up here. She's got the body for a cock, 100%.
All right. Okay. So let's move along.
So and the feather was not right, but she achieved, and half of her tail feathers are out.
Okay. So
you understand what I'm saying? She's a super hen. She should go to a smaller cock now.
I'm not even getting into that.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. No, I'm getting into it.
No. The pigeon hasn't even finished developing yet. Let's wait.
Yeah.
And it's a hen.
But
Rosedale says an individual is first starting out. They need 3 years to develop a good team. Now, that's a good point. 3 years, yeah. 4 years, 5 years. A new person starting out, it's going to take you longer than that. Okay. If you've been into pigeons, and Rosedale, I think you were into pigeons growing up, and then you got out, and you come back, and you kind of have an already understanding.
I think what Rosedale's saying is, with his past experience, if he's shut down for a while and he's going to restart, maybe 3 to 5 years. But for a beginner, I hate to say it.
Because what do a lot of beginners do? They get free birds from everyone.
I say if you go through the ropes,
it's a while.
I'm going to say, I hate to say it, 30 years before you become starting to become a pigeon doctor. I call it pigeon doctor.
The first 5 years of new people starting, most of the time, they're getting birds given to them by guys, and they want to get rid of the birds and blah, blah, blah. You become basically a garbage can for other guys.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And it's sad that people do that, but it's true.
I know I had people say to me,
hold on,
the beginners, they say, oh, well, why would I buy a bird from, from these imports? Why? It's going to cost me $2,000, $5,000. Yeah, why? So-and-so, he's going to give me 10. another fellow is going to give me another 15, and that's just, I don't have to pay any money. I just got it like that. Well, that's where it takes you 30 years minimum to become a damn pigeon flyer. Now, if you look at guys like Neil Denny, some of those people,
can I read?
They've been in business. They've been in pigeons for 100 years.
But this is
I'm
why
not trying to discourage you.
I know. Mark Percival says the guys Shane is talking about are pigeon brokers. Yes. Shane Hoffman says exactly 100% of these guys send babies out expecting champs. Yes, they do. Instant gratification doesn't produce good breeders, right? Rosedale says, thought 1200, don't know what they ran into, would put both together. Oh, you're putting them both together, okay? Rather have a partner of the winning pigeon. Okay, so Gang 1 says he would rather have Mike Green, maybe the nest mate, real close related. Okay, that's another way of thinking.
I said, Mike Green, take those birds. We got this one pigeon, did real well. Let's see how the siblings did.
Okay,
that he has.
Hold on.
And let's keep. You got to go 3 years. Pound him, man. Pound him. With respect.
Could we ask if Franco Basiglia is willing to sell his Gavin 30 bird, since I activated it from the site, but turns out it was double activated? I can pay him directly. I can ask him for that. If you send me a text or an email, I can give you his phone number and you can call him. That's not a problem. I thought you were going to ask him to give you some cannolis. I'd rather have the cannolis. Her half brother. So Mike Green's giving a little rundown. This pigeon that won, which I should bring it in a minute. This pigeon that won
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. Her half brother was 14th in last year's final race here. Her half brother.
14th.
14th.
Out of how many birds?
Last year we had 300 something.
Yep.
But it did 8 races.
8 races. Yeah.
So it was, the last race we had killer headwinds.
So it shows up again.
Oh, Mike Vanderjak's going to chime in here. If you want to breed a family of winners, fill your stock loft with birds that have already bred winners. Yeah,
that's right.
Sure, but you're not going to go and get a winner because people aren't going to give you a winner. You start, for instance, let's just throw this out here, okay? Let's just throw it out here. Hey, Mike Green, do you want to sell the parents to the bird that bred the winner today? And if so, what would be the price to sell the parents?
Wait a minute.
The cock and the hen. I just want Mike to put in a number.
Okay, Mike Green said that the sibling to this bird also did very well here.
Right.
So that means the parents, right?
They've done it twice.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but hold on.
Okay, so,
but now for a new beginner, let's ask Mike Green. Hold on.
I'm not going to sell that.
No. Well, you can't say that he's not.
No, but that's an establishment.
Mike Vanderjak says go out and buy proven breeders. So now, let's see what Mike Green comes back with to sell that pair of pigeons. He doesn't. He might not even want to. But what would be a price?
Okay, so
hold on.
Okay, in my belief, this hen. And Mike Green says he's got a sibling that also flew well. I would take that hen.
Okay, look, I'm not getting into what we could do in a round and around. You and your round and around we go. I know, but we're not getting into that. You're going to sit here and watch you pick your nose. We're not doing that.
I just want to make...
Will said, it can be a great flyer, but can't breed shit. Yes, I've seen that. Ray says, when does the auction start? I need to buy better birds. Come on, your birds did good. It was a tough year. Auction start October the 4th. Jos Goosen is up first with his... he's a small loft in Holland. Good birds. And again, it just goes from there. Follow it along. We're going to be Belgium, Denmark, Holland, Hungary, all different kinds of pigeons, some sprint pigeons, some middle distance pigeons, one loft pigeons. Don't get down. And remember, every year is not the same. Miss San Diego didn't breed winners every year. She breed a winner this year, wait 2 years, breed another winner. It doesn't always click. This isn't guaranteed. Jeff Henderson says, hey, from down under, congratulations on another outstanding OLR season. Well, it was a tough one. Rosedale says, believe the bird Mike Green was bred off of finished last year's Pioneer. Yes, it did. It was 14th on the final race. The parents of these winners are now proven breeders. The winners themselves have only proven they can fly. That's right. Now, Rosedale says, was in the game for a while. New guys need more patience. Yes? You are a terrible reader, Ryan. Well, yeah, I am. That's why I'm practicing on here. That's how you get better. That's okay. I used to be way worse. I think I'm getting quite a bit better. But thanks, Gang One, for pointing that out. I will work on becoming a better reader. Okay, everyone has many winners in their lofts, says Rosedale. No, they're not for sale, Mike Green. So, again, like Mike Vanderyak said, go out and buy proven breeders. Well, you just had a little taste of a guy that just won, and we had some fun and knocked on his door and said, Mike, do you want to sell the pair? And that's the quick answer you get.
Okay, my answer is...
and I wouldn't sell them either.
My answer is to Mike Green, your pigeons are for sale.
They are?
Oh, yeah.
Everything comes at a price.
This
sure.
Is a price, okay? How much you want to go? Okay?
But
who's got the balls to buy the birds from Mike Green? Okay? They're all for sale. It's like, I hate to say it, but Howard Hughes passed away years ago. He was the richest man in the world. Okay? He rehearsed his death, his funeral. He had so much money, you wouldn't believe it. And they asked him, what can you buy in the world? And he said, if I want, I will have the Queen Elizabeth come in my bedroom. That's how rich this man was. So I'm saying is, Mike Green, your bird's going to get sold. If you got money, put it up.
But maybe he doesn't want to now. But if someone calls him and says,
anybody can be bought.
Right. Okay.
Give him 25 grand. He's going to sell it.
Okay. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to prove a point. I asked Mike to give me a price, not because I wanted to buy it, but for Mike Vanderyak's question. Go and buy proven breeders. Mike, I just knocked on Mike Green's door, and you couldn't buy that pair of pigeons. He didn't even give me a number. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry.
You go down the left.
Watch what's his face.
Can you get me some ice?
Watch Murph.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
I know.
Anybody can be bought.
Both parents have bred good pigeons. Mike Green might not want to sell the parent, but pigeons that have bred winners off of them become available. Yeah, okay, sure. But that's not buying a proven breeder. The cock was bought off of your auction site. Well, thank you. You know Van den Bosch, the bicycle rider. We went to his house. Remember, he was sick as a dog that day?
I remember. Yeah, 100%.
Very small loft,
Super nice guy. Yeah.
Little Ivan Van den Bosch.
I remember.
This tall. His son's a bicycle rider. Yeah. And he had such a bad cold. We went and did the little loft tour.
100%. I remember.
And he gave all direct children off of his good breeders. He did. And I know Mike Green.
Honestly, he shoots straight from the hip.
Yeah, Mike Green bought some birds from our auction. And you know what? He didn't breed winners right off the hop. He was a little bit patient. And now I think Mike's a little bit happy. And that's good.
You want ice cubes? Or?
Yes, please. If you fly your own birds.
In here too?
Yeah, water too.
Okay.
If you fly your own birds every time you breed a good one, stock the parents, not the winner. Okay. No, if a bird was already activated, I can't. We weren't talking. We were talking about the owners not activating, not people who wanted to activate. I had about 9 people try and activate blue ribbon birds. I wasn't against people who wanted to activate. I can't deliver when birds are bought. You know, when people activate them already, they go on our auction site. I mean, there's people that know how to go on the auction site, activate the birds, and check them out and do it. You know, I don't activate birds for people. We have on a whole site that works no problem. I know Mike Sheridan. Ask Mike Sheridan. He activates birds. He knows what he's doing. He's on there. If you go and look, we make a whole website to do it. You know, I said before, I've had people call me and say they're going to activate birds. I put the birds aside for them and they don't activate them. Fuck it. I don't do it. I'm not your babysitter. Call me a schmuck. That's fine by me, man. Get on the site and learn how to activate them. Franco Basiglia's number, I get it for you. If you want, you can buy the bird. The bird was activated for the Pioneer Hunger Games. The bird was activated. Franco bought the bird. He owned the bird the whole way through. I don't know. That bird wasn't for sale. And I'm not upset. I'm just trying to explain. I mean, I had that whole problem 2 years ago with people calling me at 11 o'clock at night, activating birds, and then the next morning you don't activate, someone else does, and then I get my ass chewed out. I don't activate birds for people. Do you want to know why Stan Berdinsky activated Blue Ribbon number 7? He went on the site and activated it before everyone else. I had people calling me, go on the site and activate. That's it. Gang 1, you're a bully. He's all right. Gannis is going to be calling. Can't afford my little hen out of 14. No. Jason Penny, I'm so happy my bird came home today. Yeah, the black checker, she came home. It was nice to see her. She did it with no feathers on her head. Got to start somewhere. Most pigeon breeders don't even leave their pairs together. Yeah, that's another thing. I think people should leave pairs together. Mike, again, we're disagreeing. I think you should leave them together, but I think you should maybe leave the original pair together for a round or two, and then if you want to switch, good. I won 2 years ago by activating Pugsley. I just don't get it. We build a site. People can do pick birds. People can follow it along and do it. And I'm getting in shit. And I'm fine with getting in shit about it. I get it. People, you know what people want? Order a pizza and it gets delivered. Ask LMR about nicking pairs. I don't know.
Picking pairs, probably said.
No, he wrote nicking. Nicking. We'll let him rewrite that because Mike never makes a mistake, so I kind of like that.
Who said that, Mike?
Yeah, I'm a shit reader, and Mike wrote nicking pairs. Thanks for the drink.
That's something that Mike and I got this thing going now, so people don't know what we're really talking about.
If a bird can't last 3 or 4 years unless it won multiple or progeny has one, you have nothing.
I believe it.
Yeah, but again, you can't race 2 races in a season and stop and say you're holding them for yearlings. That doesn't work. You can't race them 3 races and say, oh, I had young bird sickness, I didn't finish out the year. That doesn't work.
No.
You gotta be, it's like this year. We could have very easily packed this in and said, these birds can't do it. Did we do all the races? Did we finish? Was it tough? Yes. But if we would have packed it in, if we would have packed it in, did Mike Green find out any information about that black checker? He didn't. Anyway, should we show the birds?
Yeah, no problem.
Again, there's so many ways of picking, but I agree with the one gentleman that he said a lot of people buy pigeons and they pair the pedigrees up. They don't even look what they're matching up. And they expect to get winners.
You go and buy birds, and the fella tells you that pair. You see that that one young one? It won me a 150-mile race. That's it. One-time wonder. How many races did it fly in that season? Where did it come in the speed average? Where did it come in the top percentage in a combine? Well, it won me one race. Or where did it win? One in the club. We had 5 members. It won me. No, what was your combine? Maybe 100 members, maybe 50 members. But even one race, one-time wonder.
You know,
forget it. Don't park that thing. Fly it right to the end.
Rosedale, Nutmeg, Ryan bullied there. Where is that from? Idiot Ryan. What? Rosedale. Gang one, what are we going on about here? Rosedale, Nutmeg, Ryan bully there. That's from Idiot Ryan. Hey, I'm an idiot. You know what I think? I think gang one's having a bad night tonight.
Okay.
We all have those nights, eh?
Half the tail out.
Yeah. There's the bird, no tail.
Yeah.
But hey, bird's coming right back around.
In 2 weeks, this bird here.
This bird's already ready to go for next week.
We'll be able to challenge the whatever one lofts around here. This hen. Look how she looks.
There's the Mike Green pigeon. Molting, molting, molting.
Molting, heavy.
There's Franco Basiglia. At the beginning, there was no doubt activation. In fact, the activation birds began, but give me Ryan's number and we can talk. So there you go. You might be able to buy Gavin 30. But there is Mike Green's winner. Already bouncing back. Very nice. Very nice. Here. Mm-hmm. 2 firsts in a row. And people, you know, I watch people buy pigeons. And I know people love buying name brands. Got to have the name. Ivan Vandenbosch, very good flyer. Most people wouldn't hear about him. I was referred Ivan Vandenbosch to Sonia Vandermeulen. She said, very good pigeons. Small loft, good results. Mike Green got the birds, bought them, tried them, getting a result.
Very nice pigeon. Nice wing. I can see it right from here. Tight vents.
Looks medium large hen. What would you say? I don't think she's that big in the hands.
Yeah, whoever said that, yeah, they're right. She's a little larger. I said that before. She's got the body almost like a smaller cockbird. She has that body. Yeah, I think whoever said that, they hit it right on the nail there.
I think she's gonna fill out.
She'll go with a smaller cock.
Yeah, or a medium
if
cock.
If you can get a medium cock or smaller cock, she's going to go with that.
And I think a little longer pigeon.
Yeah, she is a little bit deeper. A little more, I would have to say, carcassy. She's 2 fingers exactly from the keel to the vents. The vents are strong, very strong. A little bit open.
A little bit.
A little bit. And also her wing is a little bit loose. I find that.
A little bit loose.
Yeah,
There you go.
I find that. This pigeon here is more for longer distance.
I
This
will
bird.
say one thing. She's very sharp after this performance.
She is very sharp. Look at her.
She's not dead at all.
Oh, she's got a lot of spirit.
Actually, throw the bigger lights on. Oh, the big lights are
Oh,
on.
this one here
Blew out.
out. This pigeon here, I would say in 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to see something.
Yeah.
She's
She's very nice.
This pigeon here is about 2 or 3 weeks off being, boom, 100%. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think so.
Again, when you bring out the other birds,
Yeah.
she's in the worst spot to go. Next pigeon up. So that is your first place in the Hunger Games. Mike Green activated it from the beginning. This pigeon was first last week. It was first this week, and it finished second in the average speed. So what we say is, when the money was on the bird's back, it could carry it. And again, congratulations. Next bird up.
There's no way with the feather on that bird, I would even bet on it.
No, I wouldn't.
You know what I'm saying?
But we can't see inside.
We can't see what's in here. When she gets into perfect form, you will not beat that bird.
Now the next one up, I'm going to show.
Did we get any birds with the tail feathers out? No, completely. We had some with.
I didn't have to look.
That's another hen.
They were all hens here. This is the first place average speed winner. And it was third in the clock today. It was 5 minutes behind Mike Green's bird. But this is Blue Ribbon, number 7.
Now that I like to see. That's a little more compact hen. I'm just in my mind, looking, right?
That's a nice step there in the wing. Covers. Look at how nice it covers the back there.
Yeah.
I like. Vents are fairly strong. I don't know if it's as alert.
It's not quite.
Not quite as alert.
No.
And it doesn't have.
No, hold it. Looks like it's got a bruise here too, eh?
A little bit of a bruise.
Yeah, there's a bruise.
She hit something there.
Yeah.
But she's not as muscular. And way better in the feather at this point.
Way better. More tight.
I'm picking Mike still. Mike's got more oomph, more muscle, more giddy up and go.
Which one?
Mike Green's. Out of the two.
Yeah, more, what should I say? More, vitality. You can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is nice pigeon, but a little bit raggy. Feels like raggy.
I don't know if this pigeon, how many more races this one has.
I see this one, the tail goes this way. Yeah. It's got that bruise.
Got that bruise.
Look at this.
But, I mean, if we were to
If
go.
you can show this, look.
Yeah, I know.
She whacked something.
Lightly.
On that flight.
No.
Yeah. She might have been out there.
I still would pick Mike's. The bodies put better together.
Yeah. This is more raggy.
I would take this bird's feathers and stick it on Mike's because it's better along the molt. But, so there you've looked at that one. Next, we're going to show you.
Oh, this here? This bird?
A nice wing.
No, wait. It should have smoked that other pigeon.
Should have smoked it.
Yeah.
But it was 5 minutes
100%.
behind it.
Well.
Hey.
you know what? Where she went last night,
That's her problem.
that's how she got that bruise.
All right, hold on. We're
Look
gonna
at
bring
that.
the next
Boy.
one up.
There you go.
But there you go. That was the bird the owner didn't want. And that's the schmucks we were talking about. We weren't talking about the people trying to activate. We were talking about the people that gave up before they even went to the dance.
Oh yeah, that just
You know,
I hate to say it, just burns me right up. You got pigeons that worked. They came. They survived the movement to a different loft with a lot of other birds. They survived the sickness, and they survived the breaking. They survived the training, the early training, and they survived a lot. And when it came to the 100-mile activation, the guy said, "Kill it."
and hold on.
Can you imagine
Hold
that?
on. The guy
Holy
and the
jumping.
gentleman only had to activate one bird, and I think the bird won about $4,000 or $5,000.
Hey, listen, my
Hold
friend. Hold on.
Let's show
What's
the next.
well, how would it be? What's the activation? You owe me $1,500.
Okay, let's not go on
No,
again.
no, it's not. Okay, wait. It's $250.
Let's just move on.
Yeah, I know.
God's
Hey,
sake.
no, don't tell me to move on. I know what I'm
I know,
talking
but
about.
you ramble on it,
No,
man.
I'm not rambling. It's the
next
truth.
thing, Gang One's gonna attack you. You already said I'm a bully,
Gang one.
and Gang One says my reading's not at a high level.
Who cares? This
Hold
isn't
on.
an English class.
Hold on.
It's not
I
an
don't
English
want
class.
him. I don't want him climbing onto you next.
So who is he? A professor in English?
Maybe he is. We
So
don't know.
Who gives a shit? Do you
I'm
know
just
one
having
thing?
fun. Relax.
We're pigeon people. That's it. Who cares about reading? I can read a pigeon. I don't
Hold
need
on.
to read any other garbage.
So this was the third average speed and fourth place in the race.
Mm-hmm.
This is Ross Vaquero, Blue Lady.
Now, she's got a hackle there. That could be in the family.
No, this is just molt.
She's molting.
Yeah, again, not as blown out as the rest.
She looks a bit deeper.
Yeah, she's got muscles are fairly nice, soft, silky feathers, and they're molting too.
How's the coverage on that one?
Good, all the way.
Good.
Just a little bit around the neck. This bird held a nice wing the whole way through. But you see molting around that neck area. This pigeon got a lot of fight. The only thing on this one, I find it's in the vent bones. I'm not a big fan. They're very small.
She's got a lot of fight.
A lot of fight.
Her vent bones are very weak.
Small. Tiny.
Very tiny. They're touching. And her back.
She's a
She's
short.
short in the back.
She's a short
I don't
pigeon.
Even, we're not going to judge it, but
Well, we're just telling you what we feel.
Yeah. She got a lot of fight.
All right.
Nice little hen, no? Oh God, she's got fight.
She's got lots of fight.
Yeah.
But not a perfect pigeon.
That's why she's here.
That's right. Paid the invoice right away. Okay. I have to look on our site. I have to ask Leah to see. I did not just try to activate. I did through the site. And okay, well, maybe something happened on the site. Something happens. Again, in life, everything doesn't go perfect. What pigeon was it? Let's figure it out. Please don't say it was Blue Ribbon 7 because everyone wanted that pigeon. But there it is. Ross Vaquero's bird. Ross Vaquero sent 3 and he got all 3. Now, again, play these birds again and you might see something different.
The other thing I'm going to say about Ross, he put a team in for himself and he actually helped 2 other people to put birds in. He donated, right? Yeah. So, I mean, 100%.
Hey,
I don't know if Ross is watching.
The one guy he donated to won. He donated to other guys that didn't win. But hey, Not every bird wins. And the second bird to clock. So this pigeon was second. This pigeon got knocked out of average speed 1 week. It didn't come home, and it missed the race. But this was the 1274. The 1274 was second today. You still see it's got the pox in the mouth. The mouth doesn't shut.
Excuse me.
I'm shocked this bird's here.
I like that hen. She's a smaller hen. I like it.
She's completely cooked.
Just from what I see.
Completely. She's in good feather, but you'll feel it. She is cooked.
She's not that bad.
She's pretty tired.
Yeah. The other thing too is her vent bones are pretty open. She's got one vent on the one side that was like she had some problem there.
She broke it. Somehow she broke it. Yep.
She hit something. I can feel that on this side.
Yep.
On her left side. Mm.
And of those money winners, she would be my least favorite. But hey,
so
this is a pigeon that missed the race.
Did we get any cockbirds?
No. In the money winners, 0 cocks.
I think there's only one cock.
In the first 5, there's only 1 cockbird. That was yours.
In the first 5 birds that came, I put 2 up, and I got 1.
Mm-hmm.
It was a cock.
It was a cock.
The only cock.
The only cock.
He was what, 5th?
Yep.
Coming?
5th coming.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. This pigeon here, it feels like it's been out about 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
just beat.
Yeah.
And it doesn't come back quick. Do you see it compared to the others?
Yeah.
Doesn't come back quick. But hey, that's the sport, and this is what we're not being. Hey, this is still a good pigeon.
Yeah, this pigeon here's got, like you said, still got the pox in there.
In the bottom of the mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
It can't close its mouth the whole way.
No, this bird.
A lot of heart though, didn't it?
Oh, 100%.
Right. Beat a lot of pigeons.
A lot.
On the final race, it beat 610.
Yeah.
So that's nice. I'm gonna help you out with whatever happened there. If you know what, I'll get Tracy to send you out a T-shirt. Keep following along, man. Like I said, sometimes there's a lot of parts moving. Sometimes emails come in. Sometimes our emails go to the junk page. Trust me. My apologies. I didn't mean to get on you on that. Hopefully, gang 1's all right. But it was a fun race season. I wasn't sure how it was going to play out. I wasn't sure how it was going to end. I was a little shocked we didn't get a daybird. That worried me a bit.
I was shocked. Yeah.
And I figured if we didn't have birds by 10:30, we'd be in big trouble. Thank God that they showed up when they did. And I will say something, guys, when you are in any of these races, don't get down on your pigeons. Because the leading birds today, they didn't do it. Yeah, there's one pigeon I think I would give the Hedgie Heart Award to. If there was a pigeon in this race that I would buy, I think I know which one it would be. I think I would buy the Tin Man. Gotti versus Ward. That pigeon had the worst road I ever seen. The pigeon got lost after 50 miles. It came back. The body was okay. We threw it into a race. Come the next day at 19 o'clock. The next week, it goes back to the race, comes back the next day at 19 o'clock. And then today it comes at 12 o'clock. He's starting to see him move up. He felt real good. But the pigeon never had a chance to get himself into the game. All he did was get up and come. And I think next week, if we had another race,
I'll give him 2 weeks.
he might come. Or give him 2 weeks off now.
2 weeks, a little bit of loft flying.
Yeah.
A little bit of training.
And I think he would do good. Survived the hardest OLR in North America. I don't know if we're the hardest. I don't think. I think what people miss is we're not here to be the hardest. We're here to pick a schedule and run the races on the schedule. If there's overcast, we run it. If there's east in the hey, listen. If I was being 100% honest with you, when there's east in the wind, east, northeast, southeast, I wouldn't take the one loft birds even out. Leave them in. I've seen too many disasters on east wind. Overcast. Oh, hold on. Overcast. I'm not playing them in overcast. It's too hot. I'm not playing them.
Okay, but
I'm not playing them. That I'm not playing them.
just hold on a minute. If you want to be fair and you're running a team,
Right.
this is a team. For example, if you're playing for Manchester United soccer team in England.
You're really getting gang one on you, but okay.
Yeah, okay. You're going to kick that soccer ball. You're going to move that ball on a wet field. You're going to move that ball on a dry field. You're going to move that ball in wind. You're going to move that ball. Otherwise, you're not coming on the team.
But
you're not going to make it.
You're not understanding.
So what we're saying is we don't play
right.
the Manchester United football team
but what
on only clean, clear days.
But we're getting scored. We're getting scored against the races that run sunshine and rainbows.
Well, that's bullshit.
This is where Rosedale says this is the toughest race. No, it's not tough.
It's fair.
We pick a schedule and we stick to it pretty damn close. And reminder, every time we let birds up, we would put our own birds up in it.
I did it. I put my own birds up.
We've done that system for 4 years. What's the one thing that we know? We have less birds than everyone else at the end. But what do I hear? What do I hear? Wally Bielek was in our backyard. Ryan, the bird you flew in 2000 for me. It was 10 hours on the wing. It was your third bird home. It's bred me multiple money winners. I said, Wally, why don't you give us any of those birds? Do you know what he says? I like flying them myself. I make money with them. Oh, Franco Pasiglia, when I was Pioneers, we're talking about people not activating. I wanted to activate. Okay, what are we going on about this for? Where's Mike Sheridan? How easy is it to act? I don't understand this.
Well, if you don't know how,
it's still not it.
I don't know how to activate.
Franco, do you want to sell the pigeon? Give it a good home, sell it. Whatever you want. If this gentleman's here in the U.S., when we go to the U.S., we can ship it to him. I don't know. Again, I hate even sometimes having a show because what you say is if you don't answer everyone's message right away or you miss it, you're a bad guy. Do you know sometimes this show ends and I get people to call me right after it. I just hit end. I'm done. What did your buddy say to you there, Rick Martis? What did he say? Remember?
Oh, he shuts the phone off.
Remember what did he say? He says, "What is it? Does it ever stop?"
No, he says I go from 6 in the morning till midnight.
Pigeon guys, pigeon guys,
Yeah.
pigeon guys, pigeon guys. And I'm not against you guys calling. I love it.
Hey, we went to, you and I were at the fellow's place in Belgium there, the photographer. Remember?
Oh, shit, yeah. Remember
he
him?
Said, he was a photographer. He said, pigeon photographer. He said, I had to pack it in. He said, guys would drop me off birds at 5:30 in the morning. They're on their way to work. They had to go to work at 7 or whatever it was. And then he said they were dropping me birds off at 10 o'clock at night. I couldn't keep up. He said it was driving me like, right? 100%. But that's life, right?
Okay, so Hoffaloffer, let me get back to the first comment here.
How did they make out?
Not a bird yet today.
Oh,
Thoroughbred horses don't race in bad weather. If they did, the fastest horse would break their necks. Okay. Hoffaloffer, wind is one thing, but I think I need to see where I'm going. Right. Well, and again, if you were all the racing that these birds did, it was all the racing that the birds did in the prior 4 seasons. It was all the same racing. We picked the days. It wasn't torrential rain. The birds got up to 30, 40 miles. Yes, overcast. Overcast isn't undoable. East wind on this course is very tough for the birds' brains. It screws them up. Somehow it does it. I don't know why. I'm not. Listen, I learned from experience. But we didn't shy away. We kept it the same way. They hit some rain through the course. They hit some fog through the course. Wasn't perfect every race. That's okay. And at the end of the day, you've seen what Mike Green said. Last year, the pigeon that finished your race, I brought it home and the parents are saying, what, bang, I got it now this year a little bit better. Good pigeon, lucky pigeon, a bit of both. You need that.
That's what makes. Oh, okay.
Hey, hold on.
This is what makes a champion. It's again
all the days.
The hockey player plays on hard ice, thin ice, damp ice. He plays. He becomes a champion.
And I think
and a bicycle racer. He races in the rain. He races in the heat. He races in the wind. He races. That's what makes him a champion.
And I think One Loft Racing says it. Everyone has their own way to do it. There's no right way. And what's the right way?
I heard Buddy say, well, a racehorse. Okay. So some horses don't run in the mud. Don't run on wet turf. They're no good. So they have their little categories, but so what are you saying now? Okay, so we got.
Now, can I ask you something?
Okay, we don't want them flying in a headwind. We don't want them flying in a tailwind.
Let me ask you this. Look at today. Today was 30 degrees. They were in the high 80s. It was very hot today.
Yeah.
Today might have been even harder than yesterday.
We had some birds come.
And if people think that I'm going to sit back and cherry pick days, if you want that kind of race, I guess everyone just say, give me a cherry pick season and I'll cherry pick them. I'll pick them so it's real easy. We're going to train them at 8 o'clock in the morning, always tailwinds, no heat, nothing.
No humidity.
No humidity. We're going to sunshine and rainbow it for you. I can do that.
That's not pigeon racing.
But I wasn't growing up racing pigeons this way. I don't want to fucking crook you out of your money and give you what I don't think I would think is any damn good. But that's me.
Oh, that's not pigeon racing.
Well, that's just different, right? You want that, go to the Hoosier. You want that? Go to the Apple Cup. You want that? There's a whole whack of races, and I'm not knocking those races. They do that because people love it.
Wait, we're talking about work.
Right.
Okay.
It's just different.
If I'm a landscaper.
Okay, Dad, I don't need all the landscapers and cricket.
The guy says I don't cut grass
Okay,
when it's hot.
Can we just move off of that? I don't need everything.
I'm just saying, man.
Life's okay.
You know,
I let my young birds go from 36 miles. It's gray skies, and it was sprinkling out, and they all made it home, but I beat them home by 40. Beat them home by seconds. I should go 45 miles the next toss for the same spot. I'll move them out. They're telling you they're moved out. They're telling you they're good. They handled the sky good. That sounded tricky. Stan says no complaints. No. You'll never hear a complaint from a guy winning the money. Always remember that. And I'm not knocking you, Stan, but that's the truth. If we take Blue Ribbon away today, Patty Lane's not here. But you had the other one, which was good.
But what shows me about Stan,
yeah.
No, he came to visit every single weekend. So that means the man has a constitution. A constitution. He's ready to win. He's ready to lose.
So
do you understand what I'm saying?
So Stan says,
he comes rain or shine.
Yeah.
The guy's coming.
We know that. Well, he's there. That's right.
Right.
Would you ever fly rainbows and butterflies, tailwinds only? Would we ever? I guess that question is good. I don't want to. It's not real. But I guess if you want to take 1,000 birds or 5, whatever number is, and you want to make a,
you go nuts.
Pull the wool over people's eyes, then I guess that's what you got to do.
Well, I think you talked to Dean Pallett in England. He said, excuse me, if we have to look for sunny days with tailwinds in England, we're never going to train. We're never going to race. It's like shut it down, right? Ask the man himself. I don't go to work if it's raining.
Okay.
I don't go to work if it's a headwind.
I get it.
Yeah, you know.
I get it. We get that.
You don't feed your family. So
okay,
basically.
So let's keep moving here. Hoffaloffler says, I like headwinds. No matter what type of animal it is, you have to train them for what you're using them for. And this was the thing. If you guys wonder why we trained them the way we did, Michael Peevler answered that right there. We set a schedule up. Sunday, 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 Sunday. At no point was it pouring rain at any of the release points. It was overcast, or it was clear skies. The birds had more than 40 to 50 miles before any type of maybe problem. They have more than enough room to get the game going. That's why we train them
to think
in the evening. That's why we train them middle of the day. We train them in the heat. We train them in the headwind. We train them in the east wind. We train them this way. We train them that way. We trained them so they could have a little bit of everything. But if you say to yourself, okay, Richard, we're only going to train them. We're only going to race on tailwinds with blue skies and white puffy clouds, then we would both say, why in the hell do we take them out on a headwind? There's no reason for this. No reason. We're never going to give it to them, so why give it to them now? Let's make them learn how to fly with the wind behind them, and so they stop. Wind behind them and stop. We're never going to push them. We're never going to ask them to give us their very best, because why? I want all the people to have all the birds left and everyone think they're supers. Oh, Don Meredith says, do you darken the birds this year? Darken the birds. This year we didn't. Will says, I didn't win shit and I'm not complaining. No, you had a good time. I mean, hey, you had guys from your area donate birds, and I think that was great. You bought some birds in the auction and you participated, and think about it. You spent some money, but you've been part of something all summer. You ran the highs and the lows. And you know what, Will? Next year you could do the same thing, and you could be Mike Green. You could be Mike Green. Mike Green, not this week. Last week's show, you see it on the camera. Mike Green, he hasn't won anything, and he's doing this. And in 2 weeks, 2 times out, he's the winner. Billy says, one thing I'm doing new this season is loft training with a waving flag in the air. I see the young birds wanting to land. It works great. Yes, it does. I fly them 1 hour straight, and then I let them land. I'm loving it. Yes, it's good.
And get them trained that if you are flagging, get them trained that soon you take the flag down.
And that's what he says.
Yeah, they're coming in.
And I will say, when you're flagging at the beginning, they're starting to fly on their own naturally 15 minutes, the birds. Let's say 10 minutes. You show them the flag. Do it in intervals. Okay, yesterday you guys flew 10 minutes. Today you're going to fly 15. Pull the flag down and let them land. The next day out, you got to do 20 minutes. Then let them land. The next day out, we do 30 minutes. Let them land. But you have to watch the way they're flying. If you see birds are dying to land, pull the flag away, let them land. Because what you don't want is them to get the habit of land on the roof of your house, land on the neighbor's house, land on the wire, land in a tree. You have to watch how they are flying.
What I'd like to say is, if you have a first round of youngsters, I don't like the flag. Okay? I don't like it.
You don't.
The birds will tell you they're healthy. You let your first round out, they will tell you. They will start to fly. They will tell you. They will come off that. They'll dip and dive, and they'll start to go around. Next thing you know, they're going to be like dive bombers across the sky. I don't like to let second round out with a first round if they're not ready. I let them out separately, right? I don't like the flag. The birds will tell you when they're ready. If they're properly fed,
yeah, that's true.
Right? They will do it. And the birds will tell you. I don't like flag.
And you let them out, though, from the beginning of when it's time to go out.
That's right.
We're not talking about if you're talking about holding birds in for 5 months and then letting them out, you're letting out couch potatoes. And after a few weeks, you're going to have to get the stick after them. I find it very interesting. Mike says this. I find it very interesting that OLR birds never seem to arrive from training as one flock, even from 20 or 30 miles, always split up into small groups. This year, it was like that. Last year, they were much better as groups. But this year's group, even me and Mike shared, and we said, boy, this group breaks up into the smallest groups.
Well, I think the toss before this race, we took them up to the Rock, 21 miles. They broke up. It was unbelievable.
How many miles did they fly? They did 325 miles yesterday and finished today. It was a tough race. But again, congratulations to the winners. What else was I going to say? I wanted to let everyone know, please follow me along. I am going to be in Europe on the 4th here. We start our European loft visits. Our auctions open up, Feathers Elite Pigeon auctions. We are going to be, like I said, in Belgium and Holland. Not only will we be selecting birds for up-and-coming auctions, but we will be doing Facebook shows, YouTube shows, interviews. I got a lot of track to cover in a short time. I will be there until about the 9th of November before I come back to go to Long Island. all the pigeons that you will see on Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. We're going to be at each breeder's house. So if you have a question for the breeders about auction birds or something, and it is a live broadcast. Some of the broadcasts will be pre-recorded. Some of them will be live. It all depends. Remember, in Europe, it's a 6-hour time difference. So right now, it's 5 o'clock in the morning there. So you guys are going to see me early in the morning, middays. Be prepared. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Can I say a word?
Go ahead, Ricky.
We do not go to visit pigeon keepers. We go to visit professional pigeon flyers. So get that straight. We don't go and visit guys that got a bunch of pigeons in the backyard, and you know what I mean.
We go.
Understand that. We go to visit professional pigeon people.
Yeah, they're professional.
Right, professional.
So Mike Vanderyak says even last year they generally split up. Well, again, Mike, I don't know. Again, people forget one loft birds. They if you take in 100 lofts, there's 100 homes where the birds are originally bred in. I can't tell you why they break up into small groups. I have no clue. Do I find one loft birds react a little different than your own birds? They do. And I always say, if you're a chirper, try running a one loft race and you'll see. Gregory McFarland, hey, this is the guy that was leading average speed. His bird didn't come today. My apologies. Oh, yes. Lofts that we are going to be visiting. We're going to go to Saki's Loft in Holland. We have to do a selection at Hoyman's, Vandenbosch. Who else? Peter Vandermeer. We're going there. And then it'll go from there. We'll constantly try and bring in new breeders, and we do see some of our breeders that we've had some good relations with, where we hear people are getting good feedback. That's what we like to see. So you have to follow us along. Hey, our first stop, I'm going to this man here, Van Zoren, Alfred. One of the very smallest lofts. Huge results. Huge results. And the birds that we've brought in from him that people have purchased, they're getting results. So this man, you may see him 3, 4, 5 years at Feathers Elite Pigeon Auction, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years. Because the man gives us the pigeons that we need. The people buy them, and they get the results. Now, not every pigeon we sell can produce winners. But this man, his reputation is on producing good pigeons for people. Good pigeons for himself, and he's a small loft, not a mass producer.
Very strict.
Very strict. Father, son, family team, they get the results. This is what we bring. And there's new lofts that you're going to see. We're constantly evolving. Will there be big names? Yes. Will there be the names you haven't heard that, trust me, try them. Try them. 1 out of if 7 that survived. I don't know what Rosedale's saying there. Break up for survival. So I think that's been pretty good. You guys will follow me in the airport. You'll follow me along. And hey, stick with us. Please like, share, and subscribe. Again, I want to thank all the people who participated. I want to thank the people who tried to activate birds and got screwed up. I want to thank the people that come on the show that didn't put a bird in the race that participated. I want to thank the people that even point out all my flaws. Because you know what? The best criticism you can get is the shit that's hard to swallow. Because that shit makes you better. You improve.
You're learning.
You're learning.
That's right.
And that's good, man. My reading will get better next year. Hopefully I'm better than this year. No. Hold on. I'm not getting on about this, but listen, I always want to do better. Coffee starts, forget the coffee. We want hamburgers again. Remember the big ones? But no, I want to thank all the birds that came in and tried. A lot of pigeons gave it their best. People that want to pick up the birds in our local area, you're going to contact Richard. We're going to make a post on Facebook. Give him a call because I won't be here. American birds, when we go to the U.S., we're going to ship the birds back. If you want them, please let us know. If you don't let me know.
And the other thing, too, is you can't just say, I want them back. I need it next Wednesday. It's all got to be booked.
It's all got to be booked. And same thing, if you're Canadian and you're coming to pick them up, we need to know, and we'll go from there. Yes, it will help you win races. Once the flag away, I shook the can. If he come in, yes, good, Billy. Enjoy it and learn. You learn after a while. You don't need a flag. Just take your time and stick on the channel. So we will be in Europe starting on, well, you'll see me Thursday morning. I think we're done here. Congratulations to those winners. Again, thank you for everyone for participating. The people who didn't win anything, hey, there's always next year. Maybe next year will be a little bit easier. Maybe next year will be a little bit harder. But we know one thing. At the Pioneer, we give it to you real. We show you from start to finish, up and down.
It's real.
It's real. And you're getting it real. And I'm not here to knock on all those other races. They're great for what they do. It's a bullshit, sometimes job. And at the end of the day, you're going to be a loser to 99% of the people. Thank you very much for participating this year at the Pioneer. Stay on with our Monday night family shows. Next time we'll be on, I'll be in Europe, and Ricky will be right here by himself with you. All right, guys. See ya. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good job, guys. Bye.